You've encrypted your data and your network. Great, but there's still something else you need to do. I'm Alan Williams with the Oracle Database Security Team, here to tell you about protecting access to your sensitive data. Databases are the home to your company's most critical data: financial, HR, customer, maybe intellectual property, and others. Databases can be anywhere: on-premises, cloud, cloud at customer, and accessible from anywhere in the world. Encryption, access control, and firewall technologies defend your databases from unauthorized users. However, authorized users with privileged user accounts that are allowed to access a database are a major vulnerability. Wouldn't it be nice if you could restrict what privileged users can see and do on your databases without interfering with the critical tasks they need to perform daily? Database Vault takes you to this next step: stopping unauthorized access or modifications to sensitive data by malicious hackers using stolen DBA credentials, or by insiders, whether it's accidental or not. Database Vault prevents the use of stolen credentials by hackers or by insiders to access sensitive data. Database Vault has fine-grained access control over every single SQL to only allow access from authorized sources, entry points, and conditions. Database Vault prevents changes to your production database outside of maintenance windows, whether they are malicious or accidental. Database Vault enforces separation of duties to prevent a single privileged user account to take over your database. Database Vault Alerts tells you when an attacker starts probing your database, or lets you know if an insider is trying to access inappropriate data. Let's look at how Database Vault can address each of these points. What if a hacker with a stolen DBA credential gets into our financial database and sees quarterly results before they're made public? What if a privileged insider accesses celebrity data while they are checked into our hospital for treatment? Highly privileged accounts for DBAs are the primary target for cybercriminals due to their ability to access all the data in the database. DBAs are readily identified via social media platforms like LinkedIn and are the target of phishing attacks for their valuable credentials. Database Vault solves this with realms to protect sensitive data. A Database Vault realm creates a wall around sensitive data and other sensitive database objects to prevent attackers, whether external or insiders, using highly privileged credentials from accessing the sensitive data. DBAs are still able to do their backup, performance tuning, and patching tasks like before, but now without having access to sensitive data. If an application DBA needs access to objects that contain sensitive data, we recommend this be approved through the change management process and use compensating controls such as increased audit during its activity. Compliance requirements require strong controls over access to sensitive data. Let's look at what happens when a hacker tries to remotely access a database using stolen application credentials. These stolen credentials can be used to access all the data belonging to the application and frequently outside the application as well. These credentials are easier to steal than privileged user credentials since they are frequently stored in several places, sometimes in plain text, operating system files, or even web page JavaScript. Hackers will use these credentials to log into the database from their remote laptops and steal sensitive data. Use Database Vault to finally control access to your application data. Most customers jump on this control when they get Database Vault. They want to really tighten down the access control from the application servers to the database schemas holding the sensitive application data. This reduces their risk from having attackers use these stolen database credentials from application servers and use it to steal data. Attackers will try to reuse the credentials from other locations and get blocked when these access controls are in place. On top of that, Audit captures this attack information and can alert staff that attackers are in the network. What if someone intentionally or accidentally tries to make unauthorized changes to your production database? This might be a developer accidentally making changes in the production window of their laptop versus the development window. Or this could be a malicious user trying to alter data or make the database unusable. The impact of this could be loss of data and changes that leave your database vulnerable. Changes should be approved and only done within maintenance windows from certain workstations and software. Having control over database changes is an important part of compliance. Database Vault addresses this with command rules. Command rules block changes to the database, like alter system, alter session, to change database tables, or even to the data itself. In production databases, changes should only be made during authorized maintenance windows. Fine-grained controls with command rules can limit SQL command changes to the database during maintenance windows by a specific user, from a specific location, and using a specific tool. Customers can easily show auditors how they have positive control over database changes and pass their audit reviews. In typical database organizations, every DBA has full database privileges over everything in the database. This includes full control over security controls, access to sensitive data, audit logs, and user management. When malicious users gain control over any one of these privileged account credentials, they can easily create rogue users, grant escalated privileges, access or modify sensitive data, and remove their footprints from the audit logs. Database Vault provides enforced separation of duties in a database, not just managed through organizational policies. Roles enforce organizational policies for security administrators, managing access and authorization controls, DBAs, performing backup, tuning, and other administration tasks, and user administrators, creating and managing users. This enforcement makes it easy to show auditors the strong controls over separation of duties. Alerts are frequently overlooked since most alerts aren't configured to be actionable. Database Vault alerts are high-value alerts that are actionable. At worst, they indicate an attack is happening and security action plans need to be invoked. At best, it indicates users that need training to not query sensitive data, but in every case, some action needs to be taken. The alert can't just be acknowledged and forgotten. Even though Database Vault audit alerts indicate successful prevention of an unauthorized access or change, attackers will still be in the network and will just move to other easier targets. Database Vault audit can provide the alert needed to stop the attackers. Using privileged accounts, whether it's stolen by hackers or by insiders to steal data, is the #1 attack vector. You need to block unauthorized access where the data is in the database, since your attackers are most likely already in your network. Database Vault is the industry's most innovative data protection technology within a database. Learn more about Oracle Database Vault. Visit our website, access a free database security ebook with information on all our database security technologies, and get hands-on experience with Oracle Live Labs. Links to these are available in the comment section.